One, two, three, four, five. So, to the people.
Keep those behind you. Yesterday. So we're waiting again, huh?
Yeah, they're at lunch.
What's up, Ricky? They're just waiting.
Hey, Eamon. All good, mate?
How you doing?
Yep, not too bad.
We're waiting for you to come down here. We're going to go to La Troja.
Yeah, I'm not allowed, mate. My wife my wife doesn't like me going to Barranquilla. She said I've got too many girlfriends over there.
That's good. That's good. Well, I guess we all just have to wait.
Yep.
I thought Adriana said she's with the Bogota team.
Yes, she did. She answered like a long time ago, and then told everyone to connect.
That screen's bigger.
They're not connected.
Yeah. Okay. Lina, Adriana, Laura are here. So we're just going to switch to a bigger computer. So I'm going to click off and we'll come back on the bigger computer. Okay?
Cool.
Peace out.
For a minute. Because, oh boy, we've got a lot to complain about.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mohammed?
Can you just keep it open?
Yeah.
The AC?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. No worries.
We have a list of students with a phone number.
Sounds.
Just go outside.
Oh, now the sound is going to be a problem because laptop speakers.
Do you want to grab that one to your list
Okay.
stick it with your things? Just going to make notes.
Adriana's going to be pissed when she hears that Hernando says he's too busy.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. We'll see. what she says. I mean, I think she should also have a sense by now that it's not really his fault. It's just the place is not set up for this.
No.
Not even like close.
It's hot here.
No.
No, I'm just talking to them because they're all having coffee.
Is it Juan Valdez or
No, it's
Starbucks?
like a neighborhood Juan Valdez, but it's not Juan Valdez.
Better.
Yeah, it's better, cheaper.
When they finally do, it's expensive.
Should ask Rodrigo.
What's that, mate?
Oh, do you happen to know anyone who's renting an apartment or room here in Barranquilla?
No, man. No.
What?
What's your address?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the Carrera 39 with Calle 70B.
70B. I know a place, but I don't know the. I don't know how to call them. So you have to walk past, knock on the door. But I'll just find the address.
Yeah.
Hello, Leslie.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Excellent. I'm fantastic.
How's the weather?
How's it going? How's the sea?
What?
How's the Caribbean Ocean? Is it the Caribbean? How's the Caribbean?
Caribbean, yeah.
I haven't been to the beach.
I'll peek it out. Hello. I don't think you can hear it.
I don't know.
You did?
I mean, we're not.
You did ago.
No.
And it rained. Well, while waiting, we're gonna do some work.
I was reading a forum yesterday about, I don't know, like relocating to Colombia, and after I was reading all these topics, I realized that it was her.
Oh.
I just saw the picture. I'm like,
I
this
know
person
her.
looks familiar. Yeah.
What was she saying?
She says she wanted to move to Bogota in March, and then she was thinking about Cartagena and Medellin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's got a wish on mother
Yeah.
then. Two of
But
them.
she was gonna work at the Ritz as well. Good thing she didn't, because I'm sure that the hours are worse than
Into the
this.
river.
And it's also like robotic, like over here at least, or learning or like developing, you know.
Yeah.
I think you just follow like follow a textbook and just teach their way. I've heard terrible things about the Ritz in Latin America, especially.
No,
I know they don't seem to have a terrible reputation everywhere else, but anybody in Colombia that you ask about Berlitz, they're like, don't do it.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
a learning English, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a huge,
There's one,
huge school.
yeah. There's one near us.
Yeah. There's one on the way to San Antonio. It's actually closer to us than it is to San Antonio.
Is it 20 minutes again? We just turned it round, right? 20 past 2.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Well, where's Lina?
Hmm?
Where's Lina?
Don't know.
Okay. Here's Bogota.
Oh.
Tyler and Lina.
Hello. Laura. They've gone to well. Have they gone?
Yeah. Yeah, I've met her. I didn't realize she was the same person until I saw her picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she'd gone because we hadn't heard from her.
Yeah.
But she'd kind of disappeared into the night. But then I think it's when she was trying to do all the IDs and visas and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, today might be a roasted chicken. Might. I don't know if I'm gonna get back in time to meet there.
Hmm. Because it's the buses as well, isn't it?
Hmm?
It's the buses as well that you've got to be
Yeah.
in the buses.
Yeah.
Are you?
And then I don't even. Yeah.
Mm.
Although I did take out the fish, so I might as well just make it take a few minutes.
Hmm.
So, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Are you in the bus home tonight or walking?
Yeah. I'm not going home. I'm gonna see the place.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'll see.
but it's
I'll go
near.
there.
Yeah,
I'll go there by bus.
yeah.
I'd like to know how to get there. Because last time I went, they told me not to walk past a certain area.
Hmm.
So I can't just go to that station. I have to go to the one that's
No.
past that area.
Oh, that's that.
But I've never seen that even in Bogota, like a place where, like, I guess Bogota's huge and I haven't been to all parts of it. But yeah. Anyway,
Oh, got it.
Capital S. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's coming, she's very hard.
so how did you find out this job?
Through Latin America website.
Latin America website?
Yeah.
Like a travel website? Forum? Or?
No, just it's like a kind of like you upload your CV on there. And then
Oh,
they got
okay.
in touch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you find it?
Facebook. I said I was looking for private students and somebody messaged me with this email. Actually, it wasn't until like a week later that I thought that that I emailed it because I saw the word program and was just like, nah, thanks. I'm not interested in working with the government or any kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out. I could have sent them there, yeah. But
Yeah.
we found out about
Oh, well, it was meant to be. I always think if something happened, do you know what I mean? You go down one route and then you go to another.
it. Yeah.
Ready?
Hello? I've got the meetings of this yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
I don't know what is on. Camera's on.
Hi everyone. Oh, it's just
No.
Hola and then
Let's
let's start. There.
Yeah, hi.
We're missing Barranquilla and Medellin.
Well, before you guys came, Medellin was here. Barranquilla was here. I saw that.
Medellin and who?
Median.
Medellin.
Uh,
Just Medellin.
yeah, the two from Median
Yeah.
and the rest of these people here.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the mic? Mic is ready.
Rick and
Yeah, that's everyone. Medellin.
Where are you guys?
Probably can't go.
Okay.
Yes. So, 10 minutes.
Guys.
¿Dónde está el mute acá? ¿Dónde está? ¿Verdad? Y no hay nada abierto. Ah, pues creo. Entonces, a ver, ¿cuál es la base?
Hey guys,
hello.
Medellin here.
Guys, Leon,
No, it moves according to who's making place.
Yeah. That's Medellin.
Can you hear us? Medellin?
Yes, hi.
Hey.
Barranquilla? Is it Barranquilla?
Yeah, we're here.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, well, let's get started then. Hi, Susana. Long time no
Hello.
see you.
There's person
I don't know.
Just before we start, does anyone else want to cover other topics so we just add them to the list?
I think. Yes, we'd like to talk about the logistics.
What about logistics?
We had a meeting with Hernan and Paulo this morning, we're not. Things have gone backwards in a lot of ways. Starting out with the most basic things, we don't really have access to printing and copying. We're still waiting on cables to get TV, to get the TVs connected to our laptops in the lessons. They also...
Without any details, Ahmed?
Sorry?
Just logistics. I know what you mean now. Just general topics, and then we just go over each one of them. Okay?
Okay.
So logistics. Okay. Anything else just to add them to the list?
Yes, a couple of things here. The technical report.
Okay. Yes.
And next Monday, which is a holiday.
Okay. Anything else?
Did you receive my email about the topics? One was what's happening with the notification of absences. Remember we were discussing whether it was in Spanish or not?
Can everyone hear Tyler?
No.
Can you repeat, please?
Okay, you guys are
Sorry, what?
so you can just get
Okay.
How's Medellin doing? How's the weather in Medellin?
It's beautiful.
Really warm.
It's very hot yesterday.
It's warm in Bogota, so I'm sure it must be warm everywhere else in Colombia. Okay, so Tyler has a couple more things to add.
So one was in relation to the notification of absences form that we were discussing in, I think, WhatsApp last week, whether it will be sent in Spanish or English. And another was the reference document that you sent us this morning. It was unclear why it was called English.works online assessment. I don't know if this is something else or if it's our face-to-face assessment.
Okay. Has everyone, Lina?
Yes, I think last week in the meeting.
Okay, great. But now you can put a face to the voice.
So we missed all of that.
Apparently it was just my hair because I was trying to.
It's like you just
I was trying to take notes and what about that?
your hair forehead, trying to do it from her phone. Okay, so if you
We're not really doing very well here in Sydney.
Yeah.
We're losing a lot of audio. Could we maybe try this? Could we maybe try this without the cameras? It might be better without the cameras.
Those are? That camera?
No, the connection issues.
And we have just four, we are less people. We
So if everyone can just put your mics in mute, so we don't hear the background, and we just wave or do something just to make sure that you're hearing okay. There you go. So everyone, it's on and you hear okay? Well, camera shouldn't go off. Brian and Leah, we can't see you, but I'm assuming everyone is listening. Yes?
We're here and we're listening.
Yeah.
We just turn the camera up because we're trying to get
you're
connection.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so for meeting earlier today, we're going to try to have these meetings somehow earlier because we need to compile all the information and to hear what you have to say before our meeting with Annie on Tuesdays. So we moved the meeting on with Annie for Tuesdays afternoon. So we would like to hear you, even probably before the pilot's log is finalized, so you can upload it after our meeting, or if it is uploaded before, consider that it is extremely important that we all share and discuss different things. They're not just in documents. So there have been several changes that we did not take into account before the start of the program. And one of those is, can you close the door? Thanks. And one of those, ¿cierto?
No, it's open for the air.
Oh, okay. Is there anyone in there?
Yeah. I don't know that one it doesn't go. As a whole.
No? Who's there? Last time we have.
So there have been several changes that we have to find ways to sort out with Annie and Senna. And I really appreciate everyone's flexibility and time and everything you have done just to accommodate to the different types of students and their schedule. What Annie had told us is that they had been, they have signed up for this program and they didn't have any other commitments. So that's one of the things that we're going to be discussing tomorrow. And also the fact that they all have the same English level that we discussed in the training sessions. So having to deal with that, well, you sent your revised lists, which have been notified to Annie. And the Annie girls in Bogota, well, right now, as you know, we're here in the Annie premises in Bogota. They're the ones in charge of telling the students if they stay or they go. They're also in charge of sending the guidelines to the students regarding the rules, the classroom rules.
Ariana, can we check something?
Yeah.
I have the list.
Just do this.
The list that I gave you, is it there? Because I have the version you send this special issues list. You send it to Shakira.
I shared it. I told her just share it on the G drive.
Okay. the thing is, some people have shared with the BTs or LPs, I'm not sure, and some people have shared with Paula.
The specialist, I emailed the people I'm supposed to email.
Everybody.
Yes, Shakira included.
Shakira included. The email that I saw was just Shakira.
She hasn't.
But is it the idea is send it to everybody?
I did.
Paula.
The CC.
Yeah?
Everybody.
Okay, so Tyler, you send it to everybody. I have here. Francisco, you send it to.
I sent it to Paula.
Because I have a copy of the email.
Yeah, I recommend you guys read the emails, and one of the things that we were discussing.
To send it to is like reply to that email that they sent. Sandra,
I'm watching it right now.
everybody.
Laura, Shakira, yourself.
Laura, Shakira, see? But you just send it to Shakira. And,
one of the things that we need to minimize the admin and the reporting and the reading emails that you have to do. So we're gonna ask.
That's all right, but yeah.
We're gonna ask the Annie and Senna staff not to overload you with those types of communications. They should just be sent to us, and in these meetings, we'll let you know what the update is. Now, the communications should be sent from Annie directly to the students. We're not going to be sending anything to the students regarding the academics or the guidelines.
Yes. So I just wanted to quickly, now that we are all together, Susanna, I have here that she sent the list to, I believe will be the VT and LP.
Just want to make sure that everyone sent it to the VT and LP. The reason why it should have been sent to the VT is because maybe you crossed your list with the VT regarding, and you probably reviewed together, if the student that you're thinking of removing has been doing the homework for the online component. So what we need to make sure is that the VTs do know what's going to be happening.
So that's why in that email, I think that even Sandra said, and we sent it before, basically we'll have to copy everybody. It was Sandra, that is the national PL, and then your own VTs and and Amy.
Yeah, it was on the email. It was on the email.
But Ayman, I haven't seen your. Have you sent it already, Ayman? Ayman?
Yeah, it's just a big delay.
Yeah. Sorry. Send the students list. Yeah, I have.
You send it to us.
Yeah, I have.
To everybody.
No, there's just
to everybody.
You did? Sorry, I couldn't get that email. But I will check then.
Yeah, I did. I sent it to everyone. Yeah, I sent it to everyone.
I'm saying we brought you. I saw the email with the report, the special issues, but then you sort of presented to someone else.
Yes, everyone. VT, BD, PL, everyone.
And ourselves as well?
Sorry?
And AUSCOM, myself,
AUSCOM,
Laura.
you, Laura, VT, BD, PL,
everybody.
Maria,
sorry,
everyone.
Okay, thank you. I just couldn't get that down. I was checking in, couldn't get yours. But I just wanted to be sure that, yeah, that I was saying already. So everybody, Mariana, then send those lists to me.
Yeah. So what's going to happen now is we need to define how we're going to take the attendance list Because from this new list, which is going to be your definite list, at least for the next 3 weeks, we need to separate them by groups. If you know, if you have definite groups, if you don't, we'll just keep it as a one whole list. But the only reason why we would want to see the groups is because we would want to know which days students like to go to class the most, and also the times. But if you can send us a report with that reading, with that follow-up, that's all we need. So we wouldn't necessarily need to see that list of 80 or 70 or 60 or 40 students that you end up with, divided in the 8 groups. So I would want to know which one of you is keeping records or attendance per groups. Bogota? 80 students?
I just put them on one Excel file. And send that to you from A to Z.
Exactly what you said.
So when you check in,
From
when
the
you check in the
feature list
class,
we have.
and when you check in the class, you just go, how do you know who will be in the class?
I keep from here, they give us attendance sheets. And they sign in here. And then when I have some free time, I'll go online and I put the ones that I've attended. Now, I was doing P's for present, but I've changed it to empty. I've updated it. If you have a look on that, that's the talent information you gave us. And the green that have not turned up to 1, and one of the colours, 2 or 3 colours, and I put them so you can clearly see which ones. And I put at the bottom students not attended.
That's the list.
That's what they give us, and then I've been using that.
We're checking the actual list. So from here, you have to transfer it to the Excel sheet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem is, we don't know who's supposed to be coming and who isn't in each group, because they just sign the list. But we don't have time in class to check, are you from group 4 or group 3?
Okay, I can't talk about you, but what I do is I have the sheets up on my computer, and I do a quick check. And if you're not on the list, I ask why, or I send them up. And sometimes what's happening is this: I'm for the 4 p.m. class, I can't be the 4 p.m. class, so I'm in 2 p.m. class. Did you verify that with them? Because they have to put your name on this list, so if they didn't, I send them up. And what I've told them is, if there's room in the class, I have no problem with someone trying to come to class.
Sure.
But if it's 10, then that's an issue. But I always make sure that switching times is fine, because people have problems with verify with them, so we're in sync. So I have the attendance sheet there, print out or whatever it is on the screen, and I also have the progress report, because I can't remember all these people's names. So on Thursday while they're talking or doing an activity, I look at them and I give their progress report on that day. It takes a few minutes in class, but it gets done. And the good thing is it's done on a Friday, so I don't have to be trying to do it on a Monday morning.
Yeah. Do you want to share your experience? Why don't we go in rounds? Cali, and then Medellín, then Barranquilla, and then Bucaramanga.
Everyone awake? Hello? Is this something to wake you up?
Oh, mine is oh, mine is over, right?
Okay. Whoever answered first have $1 million. How about that? I think that they can hear us.
It's not on the side.
Rod, can you hear us?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, now you're talking. Okay,
I
what's your case?
heard Bucaramanga was last, so I didn't say
I
anything.
know, but you last come always first.
No,
Let's move your lead.
from just about the beginning, I ignored the class list and treated the students as one list of 80. So they have an option of Tuesday or Wednesday and plus Thursday or Friday, and but I treat it as one. I don't, my students aren't separated into groups. Just class A, Tuesday, Wednesday, and class B, Thursday, Friday.
Okay, what about times? How do you keep track of times, or how can you let
Well,
us know which
only by the center attendance sheet.
Yeah, okay.
So exactly what do you want to know and for what period? Because if you want it from the beginning,
Since
that's
this is
gonna.
a pilot, we would like to know level. If probably for level 1, we should just offer the classes.
Did you
No,
say
no,
something? I can't hear.
yeah, don't redo everything that you've done. No, forget about it. What we just want to know is which days and which times during the week
There's
people
no.
come to class the
There's
most.
no. There's no consistency. There's no inconsistency. Pretty much consistent through days and times.
What we're
But I
trying to
mean,
do
the evidence
is
is in
people,
the center attendance forms.
we just have to look at the actual forms. Yeah, the thing is that since they're so busy, we're just trying to find solutions for them to make themselves available and maybe just tell their bosses, 2 days per week and that's it, but they have to come no matter what. So those are things that we're gonna ask you to keep an eye on, please. What about Medellin, Barranquilla, Cali? Can I share? Can I share the screen with everyone? Everyone attend this?
I'm not an expert on
Which kind of history?
Gmail. I've always used Hotmail.
Or
the picture.
we appear to have lost Bogota.
I'm still, Barranquilla is still here. I don't know what happened to the rest.
No, they did. It took off.
That's it? It's finished?
There we go. No, here they are. Here they are.
Alright.
Can you guys hear us?
Yes, yes, of course.
Yes.
It's cute.
She's learning English.
Oh, that's great.
Every day.
Good afternoon. Yes, we want some coffee. Yeah, coffee.
Six.
Yes,
Just
yes.
one student here.
One coffee.
Six.
Six.
Vodka. Yes, if you have
Yes,
some vodka.
yes, vodka. I don't know how to get everyone or hear everyone.
So are you sending this one to the student?
You are screen sharing.
I don't understand how this screen share works.
Rod.
What was it?
Who's the guru? Rod is I was reading about it, but I haven't done it.
I just want to make sure that everyone is here, can hear us.
Hello?
They don't, so I don't know what to do here.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
I can hear
Okay.
you, but I'm seeing strange things on your screen.
Yeah, we don't know why.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, excellent.
I have like a million screens open.
Okay,
Be sure to close.
I just need to share the attendance list.
Which one is it?
Is this, what is it?
Ayman, could you share your attendance list? I want to share yours. And I haven't been able to share the screen. Do you know how to do it?
Hold on. I think so.
Right there.
So,
Yeah, that's the one.
can you see that? This is it.
Can you see the screen? Can you see the attendance sheet on the
I
screen?
can see the attendance sheet, but it's intermittently dispersing with images of possessive pronouns and gap fill activities and all sorts of other strange things.
How about mine? Can you see it?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, yours is good, Eamon. Yours is good.
Okay, the Amen entonces. Oh my God, did you hang up on everyone?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
Bogota seems to be okay now.
Should I stop sharing or what's going on?
No, don't stop sharing. Okay, great. Okay, so what we're going to be asking you to do is to not to send via email your attendance sheet, but to update it every week on the shared drive. So like Eamon did here. Eamon, can you scroll down? So Eamon, what we look at, why did you put P's? P's? Did Eamon have P's? What's a P and the E stands for? And the X?
Well, that's for my notes. E is absent with excuse, so that I don't have to check every day, every week, whenever someone asks about the instructor's attendance. So I just put a note for myself, E for absence with excuse, and P will be present and X absent.
Okay, can you keep scrolling down just to see the notes on the bottom, please?
This one is a new one, there's no notes.
Okay. Okay, but I mean that's good because when you write down, just specific notes on the bottom, it's very useful for us to know what is happening. Okay, so if there are any special cases, please let us know in the comments. Okay. Now, has anyone else? Thanks, Eamon. I just think that yours was very clear for us. I know you have new letters there that we hadn't seen, but like we were talking to the guys in Bogota. Does anyone want to share? Frank, do you want to share the piece, what you've been doing? And it's easier for you to record the attendance, or
Stop sharing.
you don't have to share it, just to tell us, because if you pay attention, what Eamon is doing is X for P for present.
Yeah, but I did that and then I was told not to do that.
Yeah.
And then I changed it, so should I change it back now?
No, we don't have to do anything. We're just sharing what's best for you guys, because like you said, if it's blank, you don't know if they're there or not. So it's not clear for you. So that's the same case for Eamon, for example. So if it works for you to do it like that, it's fine. We're just gonna have to do our calculations. Oh, it's so colorful.
I put the green ones, which are the students that I want to kick out, because X means you're out.
Mm-hmm.
And two absences since August, beginning of August.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a warning. And I did have P's in the spaces, but now they're blank.
Yeah.
And
Just
grey
more.
means it was a bank holiday.
Yeah.
Those days we didn't have students.
Okay. Is anyone else doing it different that can share with everyone else, so we make a decision on how it would be the best way to keep the attendance? The thing is, with this attendance, what we do is we take, we calculate in percentages. how it has improved or decreased attendance week per week. So we'll just take into account the X's, and if it's easier for you to use P's for present and E for excuse absences, that is fine with us. But like for example, from your previous lists, we noticed that there was an increase of around 22% between week 1 and week 2 regarding absences. So for us, it has to be clear too, but we're okay to do it or to use it like Ayman is doing it, unless people have a different way to do it that has worked for you, so you don't have to reprocess, to have one attendance sheet for you and one for us, and we just keep one for everyone. That means for you and Auscom.
I have a question. Is it possible to get this printed and have this same sheet as well printed here, and we can hand it in at any? And then we don't have different confusing sheets.
They need the signature.
Format.
That's mandatory for it. I mean, for us, it's enough that you say that the student was here. But of course, we need the evidence that who's not, if someone's talking.
And you see.
Wow.
It's you.
Me?
And now you just share it. So click this red one.
How did I do that?
I don't know, but it looks nice.
Just go there.
That's it.
It's like a corridor.
Looks like the trampoline.
You are screen sharing. Why do you want to share that?
No, that's.
No, it's not. You are screen sharing.
With that many shares.
I don't know either. You can fix it.
Hello.
Looks nice though.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
So is everyone okay? By using the P's for present, X for absent, E for excused.
Who excuses them? Does that mean they sent you an email?
They sent you an email.
Say it again, Becca.
They sent you an email if there's an excuse.
Yeah, P for present, E for absent.
P.
Oh.
X for us.
So you don't want E for absent? I just
Version is proposing A for absent and P for present. In an Excel, we can just add all the A's or B's or X's or whatever. It's fine with that. It doesn't really
I can hear it. I can see the yes,
for our statistics, it doesn't really matter what letter we use, but we just need to hear you guys give your opinions, otherwise we won't move forward. So is everyone okay if we use the P's for present, A for absent?
Okay. Kali, here, we're okay.
Can I just make an observation? I think it's a lot easier and clearer if you use X for absent, because X mark negative, so it's a lot easier to see if someone is absent.
Plus or present.
All right. No, that's fine. Everybody's.
I just let this cover this as one topic. When I put the E for absent, some people are justified, some people are unjustified.
No, the thing is that we're using A and B for class A and B, and we're also using A for aprobado or approved for the, so we're using a lot of A's. So I agree with you, Eamon.
Okay.
X for absent, which is easier to see.
And the X for.
I agree.
X, the one that is just found, like
E. Excused. And is everyone okay with the E for excused?
So what about unexcused?
Fine. We've got a question about excused in Medellin. Can we ask our question?
Okay.
So by excused, you mean the student has come prior to the class and said, I'm going to miss a class? Or does that also include students that come the next class and say, sorry, but I had this?
Or sorry, I was in Bogota for training. Or
No,
they have to let you know in advance.
they have to let you know in advance. And that should go in the guidelines. That should go in the guidelines.
I'm saying it should be in writing as well, not just tell us.
In writing.
So there has to be written proof.
Yes. So
And
please
when
keep-
will the students know that they need to provide written proof? Do we need to tell them tomorrow? Is that like a new thing?
or is that going to be in the email?
Or will that be in the email that's sent out to them?
That's going to be the email, because they need to let you know in advance. They have been doing it in other cities, so they send.
I'm sorry,
email.
you just dropped out completely. Can you repeat that again? We just lost you for a second.
Okay, you need to give them guidance too, even though that's going to be sent in the email.
We just, I guess, because there hasn't been anything official yet, we haven't really announced any procedures particularly to them, because we've been waiting on something being confirmed that they're to be sent officially. Obviously, the students that have come to us and said, hey, I'm going to be away, or can I change times, we've always said to them, yeah, you just need to let us know in advance, or etc. But we haven't made, like, say, an announcement so that all the students know that they have to tell us in advance.
Okay, now you've done right. That's why we need to have this detailed conversation, so we decide on what's going to be in those guidelines. The reason why we didn't want to send the guidelines before is because we didn't want to change them every week. Wanted to wait and see what happened the first week.
Sure.
So yes, it's going to be official and it's going to go in the email.
Okay, great.
Can we ask another question?
Excuses.
Can we just ask one more question, Adriana?
You, because you the contact with the student. You keep them in a folder. So please keep all the excuses or emails. You can send them to us, but keep them in a folder anyway, please, because we need proof of all of that.
Was someone designing an official form, or they just need to email us or just bring something in?
Laura sent an email last week with a form that you can
We
have.
didn't get it.
Yeah, but that was the one that we were trying to.
So we did get it?
Yeah, and then.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, okay. I guess we're still a bit confused of whether if they just tell us in person that they're going to be away. For example, I had about 4 students tell me last week that they'll be in Bogota this week. So I just recorded it myself. Do I still need to get something in writing from them, or is it good enough?
No, they're saying it has to be in writing.
It needs to come from them.
Something in writing.
Yes. So we have to
so whether it's via email or okay.
Or you can have printed forms so they can fill it out and say, next week I'm going to be absent, or in September or in August, so they can fill it out and give it to you. Or they can send it via email. I would encourage them to do it in person, in class, otherwise you're going to be overloaded with emails.
Okay, so this will be sent in the email that you will be sending us a copy of, that we're to send all our students with this new form.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So we just had an idea as well. If a student knows that they're going to be absent for a class the next week, can we just arrange with them to try to give them a replacement class if we can fit them in? In that way we can try to avoid these absences in the first place?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
For example, last week I had 40 absences, some of them for 2 classes. So with this system, I need 80 pieces of paper or emails.
No, were they?
I only had 44 students
Yeah,
last week.
but some of them probably didn't show up because they didn't want to come, right?
Yeah, but if all of them were in training, because I know at least say 20 were in training, that means only 20 pieces of paper each week, or 20 emails. Like it's quite time consuming and
Yeah,
inefficient.
but you need the evidence anyway.
Could we create a Google format where they just fill in information and send? It's like an online question.
Yeah, like the one you created, Ricky. Something that they can just do it online and just upload it.
Like a Google form, Ricky.
What you did, Ricky, you sent us
Yeah, I made one.
yes.
I'll add in, might need to add in some more information based on the BOP notification or Census Excel document that you sent last week. If there's any more information needed, I'll put it in there, and then I'll send you a draft of it again this afternoon.
Great. It just needs to be done in Spanish.
I can help.
Then that should be
So,
someone else.
Yeah. That's why Lina said that she can work it out with you. So.
Okay. Well, I'll send it. I'll send the draft, the English draft, for Lina to translate, and away we go.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks, Ricky.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
For example, the student doesn't come Thursday or Friday. I'm doing the attendance for the week. I say absent. He comes the following week. I said I have my justification. Now I've already emailed you the attendance for him as absent. I go back now and change it and say it's justified because he couldn't come.
No.
He has to get the justification that week.
Yes.
So basically before or the week of his absence, so I have time to type it in.
Yeah, they need to learn that we have to plan in advance. So this is a serious program. This is not just if they have time or not, they can come in. So they need to let you know, as a show of respect for the program and for you, that they're not gonna be there because you are here or you're there because of them, for them to learn. So they have to give you the excuse in advance. So the excuse have to be in advance. It doesn't. It's not valid. It's not valid. They give it to you. They give it to the IPs the following week.
But are they valid, the ones that they sent up to now? I gave them my email address, but they don't have the official form. Are they still valid?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, so that was my next question. So like if I get some tomorrow, because we're meeting, it's valid. And what if they're absent on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I get it say that week, like by the Friday for the latest? Is that okay? Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay, fine, good.
I've also had some students give me sort of SENA official excuses and as well.
So this is an official excuse that comes from SENA. So they're giving Tyler the proper justification for not coming to class.
I told them to send it to me by email, rather than the paperwork.
This is another good example. So it just says that because they're going to be in training on the 25th through the 29th of July, this was for last week's, but he has proof of that. Well, Frank is getting excuses of 5 pages, is what he's saying. Okay, so are there any more questions regarding the attendance sheet?
Barranquilla.
Yes.
You know,
So, okay, so just just so we're clear, for now, we are not going to use the form that Laura sent last week.
I have a question. We're giving our
Hello?
sheet from Scanlan to the woman here. So that the woman
Hold on, let me just answer this question.
Nobody here?
Yes. The form that Laura sent yesterday, it will be valid until the Google form is uploaded and ready to go. Some of them will do it online, some others won't. So we just want to give you tools for them to, give you an excuse in advance. The idea would be more, because it's just easier. There's less paperwork, less emails for you. So we'll try to encourage them. We're going to send it through the email that it has to be done through the Google form. But just in case they don't do it,
perfect.
have a form in class.
Sorry, Adriana. This is a Google Sheet. Google
Okay.
Forms are different. And they might be confusing.
The Google form is the one that you fill in and send it, right?
Like the inquest.
Yes, make
Yes.
That's a form.
Okay, we didn't receive that. We received.
No, we haven't shared that one because it's not finalized. Yeah.
Okay.
So Lina and Ricky are going to work on that Google form.
Good, Ricky.
You had a question, Frank?
Yeah, we hand in the attendance sheets from any, after we scan them, we give them to the lady here called Luz Maria or something.
Luzanne.
We don't need to spend any money to sign it.
What about us? What about your copy? Do you keep a copy?
The signing the signatures?
Yes.
No.
Are you guys signed attendance? We need a copy of that.
So we're doing 2 attendances, one on the computer and then the one there. Okay, that's perfect.
Barranquilla, do you keep a record of the signed attendance?
Of the one?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes.
In Cali?
There was a question.
Yes, it is a question. Do you keep copies
No,
of the
yeah. Okay. The question is, do we need to ask for proof from SENA for every excused absent, or is it sufficient from the student?
It's sufficient from the student. Bucaramanga, do you keep a record of the signed attendance sheets? has to be compiled for the program, documents for the program. Ricky, do you keep a copy? And Medellin, do you keep a copy of the signed attendance sheets?
Yes, I do, and I scan them, and they're in the evidence file folder of Arnold's folders to be seen by one and all.
So we need to scan and send you a copy or keep all of them? Or?
What we talked about at the beginning was for everyone to come to Bogota with, and we joked about it, that everyone would come with loads of paper, and one of those papers would be the evidence of the attendance sheets being assigned. So we do need validation of the student being here. For us, for the program, for us is enough that you could appear an X. But for the sake of the program, we do need that evidence.
So you want us to email it to you or just keep it in our
No
folder?
emails. No emails.
So what do you want us to do with it?
If you want to have access to a scanner, so if you can scan them, like Ricky has access to a scanner, he uploads them on the drive and they're kept in there, which is the easiest. If you don't have access to a scanner,
you can just find a
You can
scanner
just take
app
take a photo.
on your cell phone. Scan them.
Yeah, you can just take a photo.
Thank you. Okay.
The scanner is your cell phone.
Vamos a ver por attendance.
Evidence.
Signed. Okay. Now, next question is, do you have any other recommendations for the classroom guidelines? We're gonna mention that the face-to-face component is 80% of the grade. And I want to clarify that you don't have to pass your students. If the student doesn't pass, you just cannot go on with the program. We're also going to be talking about lateness. That 3 lateness is 1 absence, like we mentioned before, and 2 absences, they lose the course, the level. We're also going to be talking about sending excuse or justifications for absences in advance. Anything else? That's all we have, right?
In the big email, student guide, can you remind the student?
Can we add something as well to the email?
Yes, Tyler is just saying that please not to email the teacher unless it is for what purposes. Because the only... Okay, not to send emails for justification of absences, but to use the Google form or to do it in class with the actual written form. Yes, Brian, you guys can add anything you want to that email.
We thought this might affect everyone. We just wanted to remind students to come to the classes that they're scheduled for. We've had a few students starting to just come anytime they feel like it. So, and I'm sure that's fine. I know with some cities, but with us, it's not.
That we're flexible to reschedule them if they advise us, but that it's important that they keep to their scheduled class.
Why is it difficult for Medellin?
or just because students seem to turn up to classes without maybe telling us, so maybe they're scheduled for the 8 a.m. class, but they come at 10 instead because they couldn't make it that day, and I think they just maybe think that, especially because the classes aren't full, that they can just come whenever they want. So just to kind of a reminder that they should be coming to the same times every week.
No, it's just that we've had a few problems with some classes being very, very full. So, for example, 13 or 14 students. And because the students are coming to this class, they're not coming to their own class, and we're having 2 or 3 students in that class. So very unbalanced classes.
Yeah.
Because they all want to come at the same time, basically.
I've had a similar issue in Bogota. Some groups have 2 or 3 students, and then others. So one day I had 12, and then 2, 3, and 2 students. The next day I had 9, 8, 11, 12. So it was really unbalanced as well.
Can we find a middle point, because we need to be flexible to a point. I mean, you prepare your classes for 10 students. And yes, we need to be very strict in terms of times, but that's one of the biggest challenges that we have. So I don't know if anyone else would want to share your experience, but what if you just receive up to number 10, and what if you just receive up to number 10, and then the rest that come in just have to reschedule for another class?
The problem's more that when we have 1 or 2, it's very, very hard to do, interactive things. And there's a couple, 1 or 2 students.
Yeah, what Frank is saying is that it's not fair for those who are scheduled for that class if the class is full.
So we're now doing to auditorium.
We need to install the software in both computers, or this is the one that is going to be in the auditorium? I don't know.
No, because
what do you think?
Yeah.
Should we share, or do you just need it all week?
I don't know. I've got it planned for all week because I've done my lesson plan based on it. So, yeah.
You need to install the software in both?
Yeah, you can't do
But
that.
you get you need it for the video conference, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well, what time do you finish the video conference? Do you know?
No idea.
It's probably not more than half an hour. I don't
Half an
think so.
hour?
Yeah, I think so.
In Durham, video.
That's right.
That's what I've been doing, but sometimes after 30 minutes, I can go ahead, and sometimes I don't. So you never reach that point, you know if you're going to arrive or not. So it's just like, all right, I'll start, and then people come in the door and you have to explain, or they just never come in the door.
At some point, they just have to take responsibility. I tell the people, others, experience and then it's managed, because there's only so many times you can repeat.
Okay, Ahmed and Leslie, it was hard to hear what you were saying. Can you explain again, please? They're not. Ahmed and Leslie. No. Tyler and Verson here were talking about students that coming to class late, and it's hard to manage when to start the class because you're still expecting more to come. But I think if the guidelines are clear enough, they know what to expect, and they should be in class on time. I don't know, it's up to you to come up with some strategies. And if you guys have any ideas or anything that have worked that you can share with the rest, please do so, to try to avoid that the students that come in early, they have to wait for those to come in late, and those that come in late, they have, they miss out on the important. But Ahmed and Leslie, if you can just repeat what you just said, we couldn't copy that.
I have a question. I didn't attend this meeting for a month ago. There's P for present, X for absent, E for excused, and L for late. And after what time does late start? 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
And do the students know 15 minutes?
That's the guidelines. I would say 10 minutes.
But do I have to tell them, or do they know?
They're going to know. They're going to receive an email. So just to clarify, all the students are going to receive the guidelines, the classroom guidelines, in their emails. And we're discussing here that maybe you should leave 15 minutes late, like 10 minutes late. It's late enough to start the class. Do you guys agree? And also, Virsim was saying that we should use the letter L for late in the attendance sheet.
It will be in the minutes, but if they are all agreeing.
Medellin, if everyone agrees,
No.
Yeah,
or not agree, something.
we agree.
It was 15 minutes, is that right?
We want to change it to 10. What do you guys think?
To 10.
Yeah, this is we are, you guys are tied to the meeting.
The thing is, if we say 15, people will arrive.
That's tough up.
So you better say 10, because 5 would sound really.
Yeah, you can make it 10.
Barranquilla,
No, I think that
you need to know the rules.
Yes.
Because you have to apply the rules in the classroom. So you have to know the rules. We're not asking you to send it to your students, because any is going to send it to their students. So they're going to get that information from any. But guess what? Not everyone reads emails. So we're going to ask them to print out the guidelines. So you have your guideline. If you didn't read it, you have it in paper. Everyone should have the guidelines. That doesn't mean that you don't have to tell them or remind them of the guidelines. You guys need to know you're applying them on the students. You're the contact with the students.
When will the students receive the guidelines?
Tomorrow. Once both is done, they will send to everybody.
We were just waiting for the final list to be finalized, and so we knew who we had to send the guidelines to. What?
We have PXEL. We just need an I, and we have pixel.
So everyone agrees? Anything else that you want to add to those guidelines? Cali, Barranquilla, Bucaramanga. I know you said okay. Thumbs up. Okay. Barranquilla, you agree? Give us a thumb up or not. Thank you. Thanks, Barranquilla. Yes.
As we are on the topic of leads, 3 leads equal an absence, correct? So the third time I see them lead on my register, should I just E for absent or just an L and 3 L's equal 1 E? Sorry. X for absent.
I was going to ask the same.
No, he does with
Yeah,
it.
do the X. So the third date is an X. Do I need an explanation or just X?
Otherwise, we would have to do it for 800 students.
So do I need to put an explanation or just X?
That's what the comments are down there for.
Right on.
So
Okay.
use the comments. If they're late 3 times, use the comments below to say this person was late 3 times, therefore it gets an absent. So the third L shouldn't be an L, it should be an X. Can we write that down so that's clear?
So write it down. What
The
is it?
third X is an L, and the third L is an X. Okay,
And
let's
then
move
X.
forward. Now, the next form is the pilot's log. Everyone should have access to the AUSCOM Google Drive, and it has been divided. It has one folder per report. So you're gonna, what's the name of the report now?
The pilot slots.
Pilot's logs, and it's an update now. So you'll find your city in there. So you just upload it according to your city. I would want to make some changes to that form, but we're just gonna wait for level 1 to start, and when you guys come to Bogota, we'll just make the adjustments. But for now, we're just gonna leave it like that. We have enough to worry about. Is everyone okay with the pilot's log?
Sorry, can you clarify that, Adriana? Because at the beginning we were putting our pilot's logs in the drive, and then you asked us to email them to you. Are you now asking us to put them back in the drive instead of emailing them to you?
Yeah, the thing is that some of those forms didn't have names on them or the dated. It was just labeled wrong, and it was extremely hard for us to receive so many emails with some mistakes and try to figure out who it belonged to and which week. So what we did is we changed a little bit the Google Drive. So now you can upload it in the Google Drive inside the pilot's log form. I mean, folder.
Okay, that's great. Should we do the same with our lesson plans now, or do you still want us to email those to you?
Everything will be uploaded in the Google Drive. We have, well, Laura has control of it. So we opened up special folders for everyone that only you can see it and AUSCOM can see it. So some of the folders have special permissions to be edited. So the answer is yes, everything will be uploaded in the Google Drive.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Then I can just speak.
Adriana?
Yes.
Adriana?
Yes, we're here.
I have access to the Google Drive shared folder, but there's nothing there. I don't see any folder. I don't know why.
Okay, Laura's checking for you right now to make sure that's solved.
What? Sí.
Okay.
Now, everything that you write down on that pilot's log have to do with logistics and, well, anything you would want to share that's been happening with you and that would help your work better. So feel free to share. No one else will see it besides AUSCOM.
Just repeat the question.
Any other questions regarding the pilot's log?
Yes, Adriana,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Can you hear me, Adriana?
Yes.
So I was saying that I have access to the Google Drive share folder, but I don't see any folder there. I don't know why.
I don't know if you heard me, but Laura is checking on that right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
She just shared it with you again. Can you please double check if it works now, please?
So I have to go to my computer. Just a moment.
Anything else, Susanna? Lina? Now, that Medellin, we cannot find your pilot's log. Now, that information is extremely important that we received prior our meeting with Amy tomorrow. So we know exactly how to follow up on the pending things from last week, for example. By the way, Medellin, did you get your stuff, your office supplies?
Brian.
No? Okay.
Medellin, get your office supplies.
I have to wait, or
Pilot's log, nothing.
when you open pilot's logs, can you see immediately the file?
Yeah.
Or do you have to wait seconds, or?
Medellin, I guess
Hi
Medellin is not.
everyone. Can we ask a question?
I ask you a question and see if your office supplies, if you received your office supplies.
We have received some office supplies. We're still, well, we tend to go through board markers pretty quick. So we would like a steady supply of board markers. Otherwise, we're pretty good. Oh yeah, and some more paper would be good.
I'm going to ask William to get you some, okay?
Thank you. Can we just ask a quick question about the email?
Yes.
When is it going out to the students?
If it was up to me, tomorrow, but I think it would go on maybe on Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
But what we're trying to do is to send it to you before then, so you can pass it on to the students.
Yeah, we were planning on telling them tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, please, everyone, tell everybody about the guidelines tomorrow. We're going to try to tie them up today, very briefly, so you can have them by tomorrow.
Adriana? Is it me?
Yes.
No.
Adriana?
Yes, yes. See, Susana. Yes. I can hear you.
Yes, I can open the shared folder, but but it says no shared folder. It's completely blank. I wait for can be due to internet connection, but there is an icon saying no shared folder, so I don't know why.
Okay, we'll keep double checking. Okay, the next report is the lesson plan. Lesson plans also be uploaded in the drive. So there's going to be a folder that says lesson plans, and your name will be, a folder will be labeled with your name. Please upload and label it correctly with your name and the date, please, and the week.
Where's the folder that we found?
So you know that we receive 10 every week. Just multiply that by 6 and then by 3. So make our work, or Laura's and Lina's work, easier and label them correctly.
We ask them to copy Laura and myself, because if they copy Laura sometimes, they copy me sometimes. They might be confused, but from the, not the previous implemented one before, we say afiliados, Lina, and Laura. The only way that we can keep on track.
Okay, Lina is also asking that every time you send an email, please always copy Lina Auscom, Laura Auscom, and afiliados. Please don't leave anyone out, otherwise it's really hard to keep track of what you're sending. Any questions about the lesson plan? Everyone okay? Can you give me a thumb up or down? Thank you, thanks, amen.
We're okay in Medellin, thank you.
Medellin, okay, Cali, Bucaramanga.
Yes, all good here.
Cali, can you give me an okay thumb up?
We're okay in Medellin, all good.
Okay. Cali, is Cali there? Hello? How can I send a message to Kali? Can you send it? Can you send a text to Kali? Can someone send a text to Kali? Yes. Saying we cannot hear anything from them. Ahmed?
If you wait, please.
All right. So the next form is report is the English.works online assessment. That's the assessment that you have to do as part of the online component. What's that?
Is it not face-to-face assessment? Is what confuses me.
That is done face-to-face, but it's part of the online
Okay, so that's the pass-fail
curriculum.
face-to-face evidence.
Yes.
Okay.
Is everyone clear? Is the English.works face-to-face evidence? Okay, cool. Meeting minutes. The minutes from your meetings are important because we need evidence of conversations that we may use for So it's important that you take turns in your cities. Well, Ricky, you have to do them, do all of them, or maybe with Doris, you can take turns. But it's very important that you keep just a summary of what was discussed in the meetings and use the acta. You're using the acta, right? Same thing with the minutes with the VTs. Now, can you share with us if you're having those meetings, if you're having a video conference, or you're just chatting with them during the week? Either way, you need to summarize by the end of the week what was discussed. You need to send it to the VT for his or her approval if you're not having the weekly meetings. Could you share how you're doing it, please? Barranquilla.
We didn't have the meeting today, right? With the VT.
Yeah, great.
We've been having meetings with the VT, but not today. She was busy, but
Do you find those meetings productive?
Sorry?
Helpful? Do you find the meetings helpful?
More or less. Usually we have connection problems, and usually she's busy and we don't, speak a lot. So we talk about the most important things, but that's it.
Do you mainly share the students' performance?
Well, we send our VT our lesson plans and the students list, but I guess we don't talk a lot about their performances, right?
No, she sent us she would send us the progress students progress on the platform via email.
Is there anyone else sharing lesson plans with anybody from any or SENA? Are you guys sharing lesson plans? Or any?
No.
Kali, are you sharing lesson plans with anyone else? Yeah. Kali, Medellin or Bucaramanga, can you just let us know if you're sharing or not, please, so we can move on with the meeting?
Yes. Links to my lesson plans.
Okay, for your information, and this is going to be in today's minutes of this meeting, please take careful note that your lesson plan and all the information that you develop should not be shared with anyone else besides the AUSCOM team. Not PLs, not VDs, not VTs, not Bogota team, just AUSCOM. You don't have to share anything with your VT, just the attendance. So we're gonna send again. You know what we should send again? All the We're gonna have to do a términos de referencia for everyone, so they know exactly what to do with them. So
Last
Barranquilla,
few minutes. Could you repeat that, please?
I'm gonna type it.
No,
I
I
just typed
can't.
it.
I can't hear
I
you.
just typed it. Just read the
Okay.
notes. Do not share lesson plans, please. Eso va directamente en Excel, dice Arnold. Las lesson plans. Imagínense. Oh. So we're doing their homework for the rest of the year.
What would be good?
Any other questions with, regarding that? Yes.
I think it'd be good if we had some sort of document, like a guide for IPs with all this information to check back when we have a doubt.
Yeah,
Because
but
at the
we have
moment I'm going to.
We have it, and that's the, ¿cómo se llama la obra? What was, no, los documentos donde estaban las responsabilidades de todos.
The references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make it more clear. No, it just, you shouldn't be sharing anything. I mean, we just said nothing.
No, I'm not talking about that in particular. I'm talking about everything. Because when I had a doubt, what was this? This was in a meeting 3 weeks ago, and I forgot my meeting. So to have like a volume that has all information in one place.
Barranquilla, are you clear on that, please? The VT is not even part of the School of Instructors. It's not part of any. It's part of SENA. So that information should just be kept within AUSCOM.
But the students list we should send to VT and PL, right?
Yes, I'm just talking about the lesson plans.
Okay.
The pilot logs should also just be sent to AUSCOM. The minutes, if you have any or SENA staff, of course you have to share it with them. Otherwise, it's just with AUSCOM. The student progress report, only shared with AUSCOM.
All reports should be sent to the office.
Yeah, just
And if they are tired, they need it, they should ask.
We have said it many times.
Is attendance okay to share?
Yeah, you have to share with the PT. You can just put it in the it should be part of the responsibility.
Like last week when we asked for the attendance, so we sent it to her.
You should ask us. So for example, if they ask you, if any or anybody asks you for the attendance sheet, they should ask AUSCOM, not you. We need to minimize as many interactions with everyone as possible. So we are the filter. So if they need anything, they can come to us because we should have the information. Your main point of contact is AUSCOM. So if a PL or Bogota or anybody asks you for any information, it should come from us, not from you. If we have any questions, we ask you.
Can you clarify that? Any corpus is a bit off because they're in the same building.
Can you make sure? You're taking notes when you need that. Clarify with maybe because we're here in Bogota. You're sure.
Yes, in terms of reports, or they asking you for anything?
Like she asked us for the attendance.
That was when before, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
And the reason why we ask, so a lot of you have information about attendance, that you it's just a lot of misunderstandings. So there's just going to be one point of communication and one filter, and that's going to be AUSCOM. Guys, can you please take it down? Louder. Please. Is everyone clear? Can you give me a thumbs up or an okay?
Yes.
Barranquilla, Cali. Is Cali there? Yes, I know that, Tyler. The thing is that
It's not something.
it's one communication channel. So keep asking things and asking questions and they get everyone Kali, can someone get in touch with Ahmed, por favor? Otherwise, we'll just get him on the phone. Because Kali is very important that Kali knows what's going on. So should I assume that everyone knows how to keep track of the meetings with the VTs? And is it clear that you have to write a report or with your VT of what has been agreed on or reviewed during the week? Okay.
Clear.
Okay. Medellin?
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Yes, from Medellin.
Thanks. Okay, the last three reports, which are the student progress report.
Hello, Ahmed?
That is what you do in your classes. That's where you decide how to assess your students.
Are you connected?
They're not responding.
Are you connected? We're trying to call you.
Are there any questions regarding the students' progress report?
When do we
So are you there or no?
It's up to you. Ali is here, but we don't hear any answers regarding if they're okay with what we're
We
making
can't hear
decisions.
anything about you guys, and I was asking you some questions.
Diana?
Yes. Give us a thumb up or something.
Give us a thumbs up if you're listening. Are you listening?
Yes, Ayman.
On the students' progress report, just to confirm, how often do we have to submit the report?
It's up to you. And when you come to Bogota, we'll just review the frequency and we'll review the different methodologies and we'll get to a consensus regarding how often, but it's up to you now, your methodologies and your lesson plans. So it's up to you. We're just asking you to do at least 3 of them, minimum 3
Okay.
for the
Okay.
Should we move to the next report, which is the technical teaching report? That technical teaching report is a compilation of a lot of information. That's when we use the attendance, the pilot's log, we use the minutes, we use the students report, everything that we ask you to report on goes in that technical program report. Now that technical report from you every 3 weeks, which is in the middle of the level and at the end of the level, it has to do with, excuse me, with the academic, just with academic stuff. All your thoughts, recommendations regarding the program, the progress of the program, any general suggestions. It's basically your experience based on the 3 weeks, but this time around it's going to be 4 weeks. So this technical report, we're going to send you a very specific guideline tomorrow to follow, and we're asking you to send it next Monday. Excuse me for a second.
Next Monday is a public holiday, Adriana.
Oh, that's right. You guys are not working? You don't know it's a joke. It's a joke, guys. No, yo lo hago, mi amor. Bye, mañana. Te amo, mi cielo. Bye. The technical report is basically going to feed the program, the master program report, and we're going to send you the guidelines, which you already have actually. The guidelines are here, right, Claudia? The technical report. No. This is one. Sorry. Can you guys check your reference terms document? Reference, guys? Where it says responsibilities. It says to report your teaching experience and performance during the development of the tasks. The document must contain aspects of teaching progress, use of methodologies, the interculturalism component, structural issues, tools, dynamics, exercises, and activities. Are you following me? The document that was sent to you this morning have the outline for that technical report. Any questions, you guys? Any questions?
According to template supply, are you going to supply that? Yes.
When's it due, Adriana?
Next week. Sometime next week. Wednesday would be fine.
What the one every week?
See, but since we started late and we have had some issues, and the next one would be
Is there a is there a format or a template that we should use, or can we just send it via email? Okay, all right, perfect.
And the last report is your journal. That's for your personal use and it's confidential. And we're going to talk about that when you come to Bogota for the follow-up meeting by the end of this month. Any other questions regarding reports?
I have a comment. I'm finding it difficult to find time to do all these reports. Like I'm trying to do my lesson planning right now for tomorrow because I have personal activities after work tonight. And I'm trying to adjust everything, but it's a lot of reports.
Yeah, we need all those reports. Tyler, we need all the reports, and therefore you only have to plan 2 lessons per week, and just the reports for the special issues for the list. You would have to do anything else about that. And the other report, which was the pilot log, you can sign into it. Don't wait until Monday to do everything.
Adriana, there's not enough time in the standard hours that we're paid to do all this. Definitely not. Either people aren't doing this stuff or they're working a lot of extra hours because there's not enough time. We have to be realistic. From my point of view, I'm working a lot of extra hours, but the reality, there's not enough time.
Which reports are time consuming and we just pass them on to someone else?
All the creating of the minutes, the meetings, the producing of the student progress report. Just all, basically all, a combination of all. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me. What do you other IPs think?
Bogota feels pretty much the same way.
Yeah, Medellin completely agrees with that.
One of the things that's difficult is
Yeah, I agree.
We're having to use lunch times, evenings, weekends to be able to finish what is required.
I don't know if you realise how long it takes to make a good lesson plan. It's not something that takes half an hour. It takes a long time. Plus, there's all gathering materials, preparing the materials, cutting up things, and we lose two to 3 hours a day on a Monday because of these meetings.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's why we need to be more productive every week. The attendance report, there is something that you're used to doing. Also the lesson plan, the pilot slot. It has to do with, of course, logistics. And I'm sure it's been, and we've seen it be less and less every week. The minutes, we can definitely ask any Ancena staff to look after those.
Does that include VTs?
Yeah.
Because we're doing about 3 hours on a Monday meetings, 2 with you, 1 with the VT.
The students' progress report is basically how you assess your students, so that's part of the academic stuff. Technical teaching report, it's also academic. So if we take out the meeting minutes, would that loosen up your
No,
admin?
no, not at all. That's more minimal. Basically, 8 to 6 with 2-hour lunches, Tuesday to Friday. Even with Monday as a free day is too much. That's what I believe.
Solutions.
We need at least another 1 2-hour free moment between Tuesday and Friday. I mean, I'm talking about level 1. Obviously, we can't do anything now, but that possibly might be enough.
We also wanted to mention about, obviously, the admin of marking as well, of correcting the students' evidences and giving it back to them, obviously also takes time as well. So, yeah, it's difficult when you, on the Tuesday to Friday, you're teaching all day and then trying to do things in the lunchtime to catch up. And then you're sort of getting student emails, and then you've got to grade and do the attendance report and have everything ready, but there's not any actual allocated time. It's something that you really have no choice but to do in your own time.
That wasn't very clear, Lina. I don't know if you can maybe type it, or if someone else could hear it clearly. Can you repeat it?
Oh, sure. I was just saying that basically from the we struggle to get what we need to get done in the Monday anyway, and find ourselves kind of finishing it off within the lunch times during Tuesday to Friday, and then there's things like correcting the evidences to give back to the students, which takes more time as well than if you're receiving emails from students. Then obviously all the reports we have to do, when there's no real allocated time to be able to do it, we just have to do it in our own time. It's yeah, basically how it works. Hopefully that got clear.
Okay, that's why we need to know which days and which hours of the day it's when you have most of your students. So we can definitely find a solution for timing for the next level up. But for now, this time around, you don't have 18 students on your list anyway. So most of you have between 60 and 70 students. So that should hopefully lower the amount of work But I agree with you, and it's very important that you share, all the different challenges that you're facing, so we can try to find solutions together.
Yeah, obviously for this beginners level, there's nothing that can be done. But yeah, it will be great to maybe when we're all in Bogota to discuss about the scheduling and the admin required, and yeah, figure out some solutions. That sounds great.
Yes. Frank has something to say.
I have problems here with the internet, with this computer, which is 6 years too old. And so I have to do my stuff at the weekend, and it's not fair that I lose my hours on Saturday. And it's only because I Google Focus for 3 hours that I can do it in that time, because really it's 4 hours worth. And maybe we should have the option that if we do it on a Saturday, we can do it. I can leave there early.
Yeah, when you joined the program, we didn't ask you to put in your weekend hours. That's why I'm asking an open question and how you think this could be solved, and we're willing to accommodate. Um, yeah, it's not just a matter of complaining without suggestions. In how
I
you
think
Another thing is if you are out of internet in a Tuesday or on your G Drive when you're ready, then that can be done on
I can't hear what Lina's saying.
Lina.
Now I work on my G Drive. Sometimes. I was on there the other day.
Well, Lina is saying that you can work offline, and when you're ready to upload, you just upload on the G Drive.
Oh, yeah.
I understand what's the G Drive.
Google. Sometimes there's like 25 people in here, 50 people all using the internet. We have no access.
Barangkija here. I'd like to make an observation or suggestion.
Yes. Suggestions. We're ready for suggestions. Thank you.
Well, for one thing, what I can see here, well, this is just a suggestion. Instead of having a weekly virtual meeting, which takes up at least, I don't know, 4 hours, why don't we do it like twice a month or less, so that we can spend more time on Monday doing other things like lesson planning or attendance and so on.
Yeah, the thing is that, yeah, I agree with you completely. The thing is that at the beginning, since we need to sort out so many different things, we do need to discuss, especially everyone at the same time, because we have tried different things. We have tried talking to you individually, and we think it's important to get everyone's opinion, because the direction, of course, has to work for you, and it cannot just come from AUSCOM for this beginners level. So we just have to be flexible and patient, and I know you have been, but I agree with you. That's why we try to move the meeting just a little bit earlier, because we need to get a lot of things prepared for the meeting tomorrow, and we didn't have enough time.
Oh, no, yeah, it's just a suggestion that based on the current situation, the only thing I can see that can be adjusted. But yeah, well, I'm sure as soon as we find
list where not like one.
I missed
didn't
it.
That is what
I
it
didn't
is
catch
in
that.
the recording, kind of hard to.
I didn't catch any of that.
The reports and for the recording of the admin, I think that only next week gonna settle because what is being hard is a little bit of doubling up in doing the absence, and then we have to ask you because then he asked us again for this special student, so you have to do it again. But once everything sort of start getting how can I say that,
Flow.
a flow, I don't think that it's gonna be that amount of time doing reporting. It was just
Well, I was just talking about the weekly meeting, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, we need to minimize it. So,
the weekly meeting last week was very short because I asked you guys, I called some of you before. It was just to catch up and know, what's going on. And it wasn't.
But that was like one time. I think 2 weeks ago it was after 2.5 hours. I had to leave.
Well, that again, but what was the
Everybody has
reason?
to be.
Because we were trying to
If you know, today we would be on 2 hours again. So I mean, just like the norm is 2 hours plus.
Yes, and we have to learn how to deal with that. Unless you have a suggestion.
Well, one of the things I did is while you were talking, I did my lesson plan. It's done. It's on Google. I guess you multitask while other people are speaking. But I think the thing is, we are doing a lot of admin, we're teaching 8 hours a day, and the two are conflicting with each other. And Monday is not enough time to get everything done because, as we just said, we're spending 3 hours here doing things. I think we need to find a way to streamline our things. For example, there's this private slot. We expect to work every week.
You don't have anything to say?
But there's no need for a private slot. For example, I have to do an attendance
We're
video,
doing that.
attendance,
Putting the stuff great and
difference as one that I can do.
try to make the
And then it's not because we're spending 3 hours in meetings.
Yeah.
Well, what's your solution?
We have to find a way for us.
results.
And he
But I'm going to
using it, whereas
I don't want it was even worse 2 weeks ago because we were expecting stuff like progress reports and
It's part of
I mean,
the program.
well, I mean it's affecting as you just said, we only have so many hours in the week.
welcome. That's what I was saying.
For example,
Talking about him now when he's using the media, the last
Yeah, no, I can just
how many meetings you have to have in meetings?
yeah.
Like I feel like decided to do annual progress reports in class. They wait and I look at them because I don't know everybody. I look at them, they wait, but it gets done. Usually after class. I can't remember what this.
Yes. Any comments?
Immediate, yeah.
I can't hear properly.
Can
Okay, so we already talked about meetings, we talked about the reports, and we talked about communication. Communication has to be done through AUSCOM, otherwise you're gonna spend more time, admin time, sending reports to whoever asks you for a report. So that should just come to us and we send it to whoever needs to be sent to.
Yeah.
What else was on the list?
Because
Okay, so the communication protocol is done.
Can't even type to them.
Can you hear us?
Seems like that, but it's not.
Real problem. All the time.
And we're sending messages and okay. Hello? Okay. So we were just
The noise is terrible. It's gone off again. Yeah.
sorry? We can't hear it, it's all static. I think they're doing the same thing with them.
Kali, we're
Can't we just call them? It's what sound. Hello?
Yes, we're here. Ahmed, go ahead.
So if you can hear us, start talking about the thing. So can you hear?
Yes, sort of.
Okay. Okay. We have meetings on Mondays with. I'm just talking about the things that take up time. So the meetings on Mondays with the local team are very time consuming. So they go on for 2 hours at least, and yeah, and we don't really make progress during them. We just kind of go over the pending issues, and they just continue to go on.
In Spanish.
Yeah. The fact that Hyro's there seems to slow it down more than make things go quicker, because then you have Hernan, who is kind of venting to him, and getting off on tangents, and it becomes really hard to manage. And you can see our minutes we went through. I mean, not you could check the minutes that we already uploaded today. We still don't have, not to go into details, but we really don't have a bare minimum to operate with as far as materials go,
Okay.
Yeah.
If those meetings are not being productive, we're just gonna ask them to be held every 2 weeks if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
okay.
There is not really a point of meeting with the local team just for logistic issues. I think that by this time, they should all have already been solved, and I think it can be a waste of time. but we need to hear that from you. So please send it in your pilot's log. That's when we can know exactly where you're coming from, and we can act accordingly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We've put it on the drive already, and none of the things that we went through. Yeah.
There are some important issues that we're trying to solve, like the cables for the computers to the TV. That's kind of ongoing, but we've been told that it could be. We keep getting told it could be next week, and then it could be a month away, because so we're kind of not really getting any conclusions, if you like, to the problems here just recently.
Okay. If we need to speed up the progress of that, we can just find a way through Hido.
Yeah.
To get you some cables, and you guys are responsible for that.
We said we'd go out and buy them. I said I'd go out and buy them ourselves if, like, could be the money to us, but this that can't do that. And I've said, like, we're trying to find solutions as much as we can, but it kind of hits in a brick wall, if you like. And then I think the connection with the today with the, you know, this meeting, we keep completely, not us personally, but we keep losing the connections, and we're sending messages, but I don't know whether anybody's getting them. You know, sometimes they're not going through because we're having connection problems. So we've kind of been having a few little problems here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, we're reading that. That's fine. We just want to make sure that you can hear us, and talked about it with.
Not all the time.
We can send you the cables. We'll just sort that out for you guys, okay? Yeah. We've been waiting for 2 weeks.
Thank you.
You mentioned printing as well. Like, yeah. So as of last Friday, we've been told that anything we need to print needs to be sent to the secretary first, because the system is down. Secretary, we handle all of our printing requests because she has other duties. So I was wondering if there's any solution to that.
Okay, make sure that that's in your pilot's log, because I haven't really checked it.
I have a suggestion.
Oh,
we had a similar issue here, and we're avoiding doing printing. Basically, just you're going to wait a long time, so you might as well just try and change, put it on the board, and then the students need to copy it, which is can buy you some time.
Yeah, and you know, right. That it's just we do all that. We do, yeah. We do that if we have to. Yeah, it lowers the quality of, you know, the lesson overall.
We'll bring it up tomorrow in the meeting. So make sure we have your pilot's log space, just to go over all those little issues.
Yep.
Now, last thing on my list is we need to plan bringing you guys to Bogota. So individually, please, if you would like to stay over through Sunday at your own cost, if you want to stay in Bogota, please let us know so we can buy the tickets for you to go back on Sunday. That's on the 29th of August. Is that when they're coming? 26th, I'm sorry. 26th of August.
Es el viernes, es el que es el...
25th is a Wednesday. No, 25th is a Thursday.
25th is a Thursday. 26th is
Friday.
a meeting. That's the.
25th is a Thursday.
That's where is the.
So we're gonna bring you on the 25th. So let us know if you would want to stay until Sunday. But it is mandatory to be here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, midday.
Sorry,
What about our classes?
I didn't catch that.
For the follow-up meeting, we need to plan for your plane tickets to come to Bogota. That's in 3 weeks, in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks. So I'm just asking you if you would want to stay throughout Sunday, let us know individually, please.
What about our classes?
You don't have class.
There won't be
during
any
the-
classes. Okay.
You have immersion, and then you don't have class, I think, starting that Thursday.
Okay.
Friday you don't have class.
Just checking.
Yeah, level 1 starts on the 30th of August.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it possible to reduce the progress reports to maximum 3 a level instead of having every week? So one at the beginning, one at the end, and one in the middle.
I'm sorry, if we can free up.
It's 3 a level. At the moment, we're doing progress reports with 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is it possible to reduce it to 2 and 5? Take one off. Maybe we'll do the grading for the students in the classroom.
That's not the same thing, remember there's two. The grading is the voice, progress report is the issue.
No?
And 3 times.
3 times whenever you feel like it.
So I did it 2 weeks in a row.
Yes.
So I just do one more lesson?
That's it. You can do the final. Frank was asking if about the student progress report, if he already did 2 assessments on his students. He only has to do 1 more from now to the end of the level, and that's it. So it's up to you if you want to assess your students 2 weeks in a row or 3 weeks in a row if you haven't done it. Okay. Everyone cool? Everyone okay?
Sorry, do you mean on the progress reports?
The progress reports is basically how you're gonna assess your students, and we're asking for 3 progress reports, and it's up to you when you do them.
Okay, I've done 2 actually already.
Okay.
So, okay, right. Thank you.
So it doesn't have to be during the assessment.
Barranquilla, okay? Any questions?
Same, must be the same day.
Adriana?
Yes.
I have a question, and I guess there is a general concern. I guess some of us want to know about the payments. So what can you tell us?
We discussed that individually. And I think we sent some notifications through the chat, but that should be discussed individually. That's not for this type of meetings.
Okay, because I sent a message and got no response.
Well, you'll get a response today, don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Hi guys, I missed the last of the discussion about anything else since then. Would you be able to quickly tell me again, or send me in writing or something? So are we leaving for Bogota on the 5th?
Yes, Bogota from the 25th, 26th, and midday 27th, Sunday the 27th.
Sunday the 27th. Saturday the 27th. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. On or after work on the 25th. Yeah.
Yes.
In the evening. Okay. Thanks.
We should have a meeting in the city, like, we have it for one.
Anything else, guys? Medellin?
Thank you for complaining about time done.
Timing.
Yeah.
We didn't really hear all that stuff about Bogota either because the sound disappeared. So as long as it's in the minutes, we'll read it there.
Okay, I just send it. I send a little note. Bogota 25th, 26th, and 27th midday. Let us know if you would want to stay in Bogota up to Sunday. Lina, anything else that you would want to add? Laura? No? Okay, can you just check that the share folder in the Google Drive, it's easy enough to understand, so you can upload all the forms and reports. And if you have any questions, just send it through the BOP chat, the Google Drive. Thanks, guys. I think that's it for now. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
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 Adriana,
Yes.
just one last thing. When we started our virtual meeting earlier, you mentioned that the IPs are not to submit the attendance list every week. Oh, I mean, we are not to email the attendance list every week, but to upload them onto the Google Drive, right?
Yeah, but how often? Yeah, just to update it on the Google Drive. Don't send it to us. Everything will be uploaded on the Google Drive.
Okay, and that means we should have just one attendance sheet per, like, just one. We have to erase or remove the last one. Is that correct?
Yes, just one. One attendance, because in the
Okay.
attendance map, we want you to give before, so you don't need another new one.
Yeah, use your own. Don't use two.
Okay.
That's why I try to use, the same coding that you're using. Just add L for Nate, but use just one attendance sheet. Otherwise, it'll just be, too much. Just one will be
O-
fine.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Anything else?
No, parang
Okay.
tidak. Okay.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. See you. Oh, I mean,
Cheers.
bye bye.
Bye.
Not see
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mhm.
5 minutes to go.